Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So basically today I'm going to be doing like a end of the year 2018 review, and on like the first review I did, which is my first vlog, this isn't about like everything that happened on the outside of the outside world. This is more of a personal review of how 2018 went for me. So I'm going to be doing this while also doing my hair and my makeup and, you know, just being bougie as fuck. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to subscribe, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my brows, and yeah, so basically this year I had a lot of high highs and low lows. Overall, like this year was actually very good year for me. I accomplished a bunch of things that were not on the list at the beginning of the year, because the beginning of 2018 I was legit in a very confusing place. Like I really had no idea what I was doing in my life. I probably still don't, but I feel like I'm on a better direction with the whole life thing. And yeah, so I legit had no idea what I was doing. I was literally just freestyling it. I stopped working at the end of last year, and I was like, so what am I doing now? So I literally had to be in a place where I'm making like life decisions. I think that's one of the things that when you enter your 20s, you find that decisions you make, well, not like decisions you made before that weren't life decisions, but you're just more aware that of the impact the decisions you make have. So yeah. I'm sorry if in this video it seems like I'm ranting, because basically this is a ranting kind of video. But yeah, so with the personal review of 2018, yeah, I was just like saying, the beginning of this year I was kind of, would I say lost, but I was like happily, it sounds really sad, but I was like happily lost. I didn't really know what I was doing, and I was quite okay with it at the beginning of the year. Like January, February, I was like, yeah, just going with the flow, like hanging out with my friends a lot, going out a lot, like trying to film more, vlog more, and just enjoying living my best life in a very confused space, but living my best life. Like I'd get a lot of messages on social media with people like, oh my god, you look like you're having so much fun, and I'm like, yes I am, but I'm also really sad and really confused. So yeah, dealing with that and just trying to like figure out what I wanted to do, because I didn't want my next, like I felt like whatever next step I was taking was gonna be like a major one, so that I didn't really want to take that for granted and take that lightly. So I was like, I'd rather not make a decision than make a wrong one, and that's just basically where I was in the beginning of the year. So like to everyone on the outside, yeah, just like living my best life and just smiling and being super happy, but like the people that were close to me knew that like I was just dealing with a lot. And something I realized is like it got to a point where people were trying to like give me advice, like, oh, you should do this, and oh, you should do that. And I'm like, you really don't, like, thank you for your suggestions, but like you really don't understand like what I'm going through. I appreciate the help and the suggestions, but like really y'all just don't understand. And then it just looked like I was just having fun and being happy, and I was like, yeah, that's where I want to be right now in my life. I want to be having fun and making the best of what was essentially a very dark place in my life. It's just like smile through the pain. That was like the notion of beginning of this year, just smile through the pain. So yeah, just dealing with that, dealing with life. And then I got to a point where I like went to Maryland, went to DC, went to New York, hung out with some more friends, and I was like, okay, going back to Nigeria now, I need to actually, I think I'm ready to like actually make the next major steps in my life. Like I already knew that I wanted to do my master's, but like over the last 2 years, like thinking about it and post NYSC depression, which a lot of people know about, like after NYC not really knowing what to do. Because I find like I always just tell people this, like you go to primary school, you know the next step is secondary school. You go to secondary school, you're done. You know the next step is uni or A-levels or something, and then you go to uni, and then in Nigeria you know that the next step is NYSC, and then after NYSC it's like dun dun dun. If you're not doing your masters, then what is the next step? You get a job, and then it's like, is this the field you want to be in? Because the experience you get and the career you want to have essentially starts from the post NYSC period and everything. So that was like really major for me, trying to decide like where do I want to be. So I was essentially trying out a bunch of different things, and I knew I studied computer science undergrad, and I did try to go back to that and try to like start programming more and everything, and I was like, nah, this is not for me. So like I knew that I didn't want to go like essentially into that field, so I was like trying to make decisions of what, like looking at what I like, what I don't like, and trying to make life decisions. So yeah, dealing with that. Just gonna fix this, Jesus. So essentially in that point, I was just dealing with a lot, and something that a lot of people don't know is that, didn't tell them, just like at that point, like you're dealing with a lot of rejection. So when people tell you stuff like, oh, you don't even seem like you're trying, or what do you want to do, or why aren't you making moves, and it's like, I'm just making moves in silence, and you don't see the amount of rejection I'm getting. So just because, I mean, no one posts their bad side on social media, no one posts, oh, I'm dealing with this. Like, I mean, you do post like but very cryptic messages. Nobody flat out says, oh, this is what's happening to me, A, B, and C, or because nobody wants to come on there and see like your sad shit. No one wants to come on there and be like depressed. Like social media is an escape from what's happening in reality. So it's just like, yeah, like actually actively trying. And I guess that's something 2018 kind of taught me. I don't know if taught is the right word, but like dealing with rejection became a thing this year. Like not even this year, but rejection is something that's like been a part of my life. I don't know anyone else's life, but you deal with a lot of rejection, especially if you're actively trying a million different things. And I feel like no rejection is necessarily bad. It just kind of pushes you in a different path. Like you always have in your mind things set and how you particularly want to do things, and rejection helps, you know, narrow things, helps put things in a particular direction. So dealing with rejection, I think I became an expert on that this year, like understanding that things don't always go your way, and that's okay. And that's okay. But like rejections from like different aspects of your life can really shape you as you are in a person. The rejection from people, rejection from jobs, rejections from people that don't even know they're rejecting you. It's just like, yeah. So on the finding my path thing, that helped. Rejection actively helps you find your path because it narrows things down. So I feel like it's not a bad thing to actively try a million different things, but it kind of almost shaped how I tried things, because at a point I didn't want to try anymore because I was like, the rejection was just too much. It was like emotionally hard to deal with that much rejection in such a short amount of time, or what felt like a short amount of time. It's just like, I am tired. Like, I am tired of actively trying. I'm tired of actively pushing for something that doesn't want me, or pushing for someone that doesn't want me, it's just like, okay, tap out. I just don't want to do anything anymore. But life, especially when you see people around you moving on and making big moves and everyone just flexing on social, you just gotta be like, okay, it seems like people are making moves, and it seems like there is more to life than the active rejection I'm currently getting. Sounds so sad. But yeah, like, so it's just like, okay, I just have to keep trying, and like, I haven't tried everything. That's something that kept me going. It's like, I haven't tried everything. There are a million other things I want to do and a million other places I could be, so I haven't tried everything. So that really helped push me along in particular direction, like, okay, I actively have to try. And if I haven't tried every single thing, then there's still hope. So you try. There's still hope if you haven't tried every single thing. And it sounds super sad and super lame, but like, seriously, that is literally what helped me. Just try everything. Try everywhere. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm looking a bit crazy. Prime my eyes and I just look. Anyway, hopefully fix this, Jesus, fix this. So yeah, dealing with rejection was one of the major themes of this year, like learning how to do that. And something else that like I had to deal with this year was my anxiety. Apparently I get anxious. Like, it's something that I've always known since I was like really young, like having like almost panic attacks because of things not going my way. I think that comes with the rejection. Like having panic attacks and like finding it difficult to be in a particular place or being stuck. Like, I don't even watch certain movies because they just play with me way too much, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not dealing with that today. So dealing with anxiety this year was extremely major, and it's like things that get me anxious are like the most ridiculous thing. And like, I just find myself in a place where like I can't breathe and everything is just so overwhelming for me, and it's just like, shake it off, and it's like you can't shake it off. It's like I'm stuck, I don't know where to move, and that was extremely hard. And something I realized, like the post period when you're like past the anxiety, it's like, oh, okay, so it wasn't that bad. And it's like, I tell myself like, oh, maybe I was just being a bit dramatic, and it's like, actually, like in that moment, literally I felt like, or I feel like I can't breathe and the end of the world is coming, more or less, because it's like so much to deal with. And I realized like I'm not the only one that goes through that. I think that helped as well. Like, I'm not the only one that feels overwhelmed at times, and life just becomes so dim, and it's like, what do I do? I think the thing that comes with anxiety is the feeling stuck thing. And like, honestly, like, not to sound like everyone else, but really prayer does really help. Like, talking to God and talking to Jesus at this point, it's just like, I don't know what to do. Like, Jesus, help me. Help me right now. Like, feeling so stuck, feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders and stuff like that. It's just like, you just have to talk to God, because literally when you're in the corner and you don't know where up is and where down is, and it's just like, what do I do in this moment? Literally, that's like, God is the only person you can turn to. And open your Bible, go online, Google passages that help with anxiety, like just like praying through it and like understanding that this moment will pass. Like, that's one of the major things for me, like understanding that it's not a permanent state. And I feel like I still get that way at times, but I just always try and remind myself, like, it's not permanent. Like, dealing with whatever you're dealing with at that particular moment isn't permanent. No situation is permanent. Yeah, but yeah, 2018 wasn't all bad, but like, before I go into talking about the good things that happened, there's just one other thing like I have to mention. Like, 2018 actually brought the loss of a lot of people that I really care about, and it just sets like a reminder to myself, and like, life is really short, and you really have to appreciate people while they're around, because it's funny how someone's here today and you just feel like you can talk to them the next moment and they will always be there, and it's like, oh yeah, they're just a phone call away. And it's like, it gets to a point where like the person is no longer a phone call away, and you're left leaving messages on old Instagram posts and just trying to reconnect with them, because you're like, there are a bunch of things that I should have said when when the person was around, or when the people were around, and you can't say it anymore because they're not around. So dealing with a lot of loss, and like, you just really have to appreciate your friends and your family and the people you care about when they're around, because it's like, you don't always get a second chance to make things right. So that being said, if you're watching this, just know that I love you. If you're a friend, family, know that I love you and I really care about you. And I try my best, especially like to message people on their birthdays, because like life does get hectic and you do forget, and just like at least message people on their birthdays, message them during Christmas, New Year's. So this being the last day of 2018, just want to send a lot of love to my friends and my family, and I love you guys. I appreciate every single one of you, and I wish you the best in the new year. But yeah, just dealing with a lot of loss. That was and it's like, it's always very unexpected, like when you lose someone. It's like, especially when the person is young, like lost a couple of friends who are like my age, and it's like, wow, like you don't just lose people because of age. Like you don't lose grandparents, like they're old, you're like, oh okay, but like people that are in their 20s that like literally have their whole life ahead of them. And the funny thing about social media is like, these people literally post 24 hours before anything happens, and they're living their best life, and they don't even know that by tomorrow, like, I lost a friend and he posted on Snapchat, and I found out he was not around anymore, and his Snapchat was still like going, because you know it's 24 hours, and his snap was still going, and it's like, wow, like I just watched this snap like 5 minutes ago, how are you telling me he's not around anymore? So dealing with that was extremely difficult. So there's no way of predicting who's going to be here and who's not going to be here tomorrow. So it's just about sending love to people you care about while you can. I'm like saying this with like half. And on that note, I just wanted to mention that like, if you're personally dealing with something and you feel like everywhere is super dark, I just want to let you know that reach out to someone, reach out to a friend, reach out to family. It gets better. Like in the dark moments, it seems like there's no way out, but like it literally does get better. Like I look at like when I'm in my really happy moments, I look back at my sad moments and I'm like, why was I so sad, and what was happening with me, and why was I in such a dark place when life literally has so much promise and so much good, and things do get better. And it's like so much in life like you still want to see and you still want to do, and just like having your mind like you have plans and your plans are valid, your dreams are valid, like things you want to do will come into reality, and understanding that really helps you not stay stuck in a dark, depressing place, for me anyway. And just talking it out to people, and just when you talk to people and then you also listen to people, listen to what other people are going through. Like no one is happy 24 hours of the 7 days of the week. No one is. Like if you are, I'm happy for you, but reality that I've seen, no one has that. So don't ever think that, oh, everyone else is happy and I'm just sad. It's like, no, everyone has their sad moments. So shake it off. I know it's easy to say shake it off. I'm like laughing at myself, telling myself to shake it off right now. But like, shake it off. You will get better. Things will get better. So let's talk about the good things that happened in 2018. Figured some shit out. Started a new school. The vlog is there somewhere. So yeah, started a new school, started my master's, which is something that I've like been planning to do for like 3 years. And something that held me back a bit was like understanding what I wanted to do, because it's a lot of money to invest in like education going back, because my undergrad I didn't exactly want to do what I did, and I was stuck when I felt like it's too late. It's like, oh, I might as well just finish. So I really wanted to take a lot of thought into what I wanted to do and why I wanted to do and the potential for that particular course for me. Like, I'm studying digital marketing, which I feel like it's a very, it fits me. Like, I like the course I'm studying, I like the school I'm in. Like, obviously nothing's 100% perfect, but for the most part I like where I am. And yeah, another thing that played on my anxiety was like moving into a new country where I literally didn't know anyone, didn't have any friends there to be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go meet who and who and be fine. Literally going into a new place, staying in a new city and starting from ground zero, leaving my friends behind, leaving a life I knew behind, different culture, different place. And so far, like, I think I did a vlog when I started, and so far it's been good. Like, it's actually been really good. Made a bunch of new friends that I was like, wow, I have friends. Like, I was very surprised. I have a friend back home that was like, oh yeah, you'll be fine. And I'm like, why do you think I'm gonna be fine? I'm not gonna be fine. This is hard for me. I get so nervous, I get so shy, I know no one's gonna believe this, but I get so shy and I get so nervous. And it's like, I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know if people want to talk to me, and it's like, but yeah, it turned out great. So I'm not kind of sure where the video ended because my battery died. But I think I was just talking about the happier things that have happened in 2018. So yeah, new school, new friends, new place, and I feel like this year I'm ending this year in a better place emotionally in general. Like, just understanding why I feel certain things and how I want to feel going forward, and understanding what I can do to improve my emotional states, which is like the most important thing. I'm just gonna quickly finish off my makeup. Okay, so yeah, basically for me, this has been a year full of ups and downs, but overall I think I ended this year on a really good note in comparison to 2017. 2017 was not funny. Like, the highs outweighed the lows, and I think that's the major thing going forward. Just trying to appreciate what you have while you have it, and just trying to find the good even when you're in sad, depressing situations. 2018 had anxiety, depression, death, loss, a lot, but I'm just so grateful that I made it to the end of this year. I'm so grateful for the friends I have, the friends I kept, the friends I made, my family, the support system that I have. I realized this year, like, I actually have a support system no matter what I'm going through. I may not tell one person everything, but I have people that I can talk to about particular things that are happening in my life, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm looking forward to so much in 2019. I feel like I'm on a path now. I don't know the destination, I don't really have things set in stone, but I like the path I am on, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for you guys for subscribing to my channel. And thank you guys for your support this year, and the people that reach out to me asking me to post more. I really do want to post more. It's just time, life gets in the way, and being able to film and edit isn't always easy, and I always say this every time, I'm gonna do better. But yeah, thank you guys so much for subscribing and watching, and I hope this video has been helpful to you in anything you're going through. And Happy New Year, guys. Have a lovely 2019. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the socials. Happy New Year once again. Bye, guys.